Hello live wires, Heather Boyd Wire here. Today we're going to make some fun pinwheel rings. What you're going to need for this project are your tools. I have round pliers, flat pliers, cutters. I have 20 gauge wire, and I have my ring mandrel, and I have some thicker 18 gauge wire. For the first one, I have about 6 inches of 20 gauge wire. I want to start by cutting the end flush, and then I'm going to take my round pliers and I'm just going to turn the end around. I just want to make a closed loop. I'm just going to measure it. You can make the pinwheel as big as you like. I'll just measure a 1/2 inch, and then where my nail is, I'm going to take my flat pliers and just give it a good little pinch. Right, like that. You want it to be quite sharp. And then I'm going to go here and do about a 1/4 inch. Hold that. And then bring it down. So this is our first step. And then I'm going to take the round pliers again, make sure the end goes through that loop, and then bend this straight out. And then we'll measure again, about 1/2 inch. This is a little big, you can make it smaller. Push that in and do the 1/4. You can just eyeball this one, doesn't have to be perfect. And then again, take the round pliers, make sure they go through that end a bit, and then bend this out straight. Again, 1/2 inch. Push it so it's a nice sharp bend, and either measure it or go ahead and bend it. And then here too, bring it in. The pliers won't reach up to through the loop, but you can just eyeball it so it's right underneath there. And then we're going to push that one out, measure it again, give it a sharp bend, and then that way. And so now we're going to flip it, and we want to do the loop right over top of that loop. We'll hold it with the round pliers, and we're going to make a loop around. And you can see that loop there. We'll get our cutters, give it a clip. If it doesn't clip right through, I just bend it back, it comes off. Slide the tweezer nose pliers underneath and pinch that so it's flush. So there we have the pinwheel. Now we're going to get some 18 gauge wire. Bend this one at an angle at about 1 inch. Could be a little less. Get the ring mandrel. Bring this one around 2 or 3 times. Depends on how wide you want your ring. And we'll just take this end and just bring it around. All the way around. We could have cut this shorter too. Remove it, clip that flush, push it down, pinch it in so there's no rough edges. So then we have the ring and the pinwheel, and we're just going to stick the pinwheel on top. So that's going to go through here and then up through the top loop, and we're going to stick it, push it right down. So that's how it looks so far. And then we're going to just like really push it down there. And then what we can do is like make sure it's really pushed down, and then tug that out to the left or right. Put your round pliers in here, bring this one around, and we're going to form a loop. So just take this all the way around. We're just forming a loop there. And you want to make this as small as possible. So we're just going to keep pushing it down. You could squeeze that in a little bit, and we're just going to give that a cut, pinch it right in there. If you feel it can be even smaller, just clip a little bit more off. Take your round pliers again and then just rotate it, and then you can get your flat pliers in there. So you see this loop is sticking up there, but it's fun because this thing turns like right around. Then we're going to put it back on the ring cone. Adjust this how you like. And you see it's really cool. It ends up being like a little fidget ring. So the other thing you could do is just get a long wire and start forming the pinwheel. Bend this about the halfway mark. Take your mandrel and just wind it around 2 or 3 times to form the ring band. And then we'll just take the end and bring it around. Trim the edge. Push it down till it's flush. We'll put our little round pliers in there and just give it a little push out like that. So now we can measure this. If we want to do maybe a little smaller, we can do it 3/8 of an inch. And we're just going to bend this one down, and then at the halfway point of the pinwheel, like that. And then we're going to put our round pliers in here and just bring it straight out. So again, we're going to have to measure the 3/8 of an inch. Bend that one that way. Halfway point, and then round pliers again. Bring it straight out. Measure 3/8 of an inch again, straight down from an angle, halfway point there, and then bring that one straight out. And one more time at the 3/8 of an inch. Just bring it straight down, and then bring this one at an angle, but it's going to come underneath there. So from here, we want to kind of bring all these intersections in together, and then just take this wire and bring it around underneath there. So that's going to hold in place. So just bring it all the way around till it's super tight. Clip it underneath. Give it a pinch, put it back on the ring mandrel, and at that point you can push it in together. So we can flatten that one out, push these in if you need to, stack them up a little bit. And you can see this one is much flatter and it doesn't twist around, and you can add a little bead in the middle if you want to as well. So for the last one, we're going to get 4 pieces of different colored wire, and we're going to first bend this up a couple inches from the end. So we're just going to give that a nice right angle bend. Then we'll take our ring mandrel and just bring these all the way around. Makes like a rainbow. These are really beautiful colors by Artistic Wire. So now we're going to bring these ones around here, just all the way around. Pull them tightly. And then we're going to remove this from the cone. Now, these are going to wiggle around, so we're actually going to take one of these wires and bring it through. So we're just going to go all the way around a couple of times. Get the flat pliers if you have to. Give it a good little tug, bring that one around, and clip it. And give that a pinch and wind it around this side. So you have it secured on both sides. Bring it around, good little tug back and forth, and clip it. Careful with the ends, they don't fly. You can always wear goggles. I have glasses, so I'm not too worried. So I'm going to go in there and in there. So now we have it secured on both sides. We can put it back on the ring mandrel. Keep in mind, when you wind it, it makes the ring a little bit smaller. So now we're going to remove it again. And then these little wires, we just need to clip them. So bring that in, clip the gold one, clip the blue one. So tuck those ends in if they're sticking out. And from there, we can put it back on the ring cone and make sure these are pushed down as much as you can. So push those wires down as much as you can, and then we're going to separate these wires. Push them out. Just push it out. While doing this, you might even think of a different design you want to do other than the pinwheel, but sometimes that happens. We start something and we end up with something completely different. So there's that. remove it. We want to do about 3/8 of an inch. We're just going to measure from the center point around here. We're going to bend it and we're going to make our triangles. So now we're going to go down there and there. What we can do is just fill these in a little bit. So we're going to go up again. Same thing here. So we're going to go down, down, and up, and then down, down, and up, and down, down, and up. So this is the starting point. We have our 4 little wings there, and then we want to keep making these a little bit smaller. So we're just going to come in here, bring this down and down, and we can just keep filling these in a little bit. So then you're just going to go in and clip these ends flush. So just clip them around, clip, and this one. Hold the end so it won't fly. And then we're going to just flatten these out a little bit. Careful not to scratch the wire. And then you can put it back on the ring cone. You'll see this sticks up a little bit, but you can always like kind of push them back a little bit. And there you have a different kind of little pinwheel ring. So thanks so much for watching the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for lots more wire art and jewelry making videos. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I go live and when I post new videos. And if you'd like to share photos of your wire art and jewelry, be sure to join the Wire Makers Club on Facebook. And if you'd like to check out our work on Etsy, my husband and I specialize in custom wedding cake toppers and funky jewelry. I also have a mailing list, so if you'd like to submit your email, I will send you my free Wire Art Essentials ebook. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you the next time.